be discussing about the Chandogya Upanishad and how this creation, it has come, and what the way, the process that was used, that will be discussed over here. The teacher is the father, and the disciple, the student, is the son. The Uddalaka Arani and Shvetaketu. Those who know about the Upanishad and the Vedic literature, you know, these are two big names and very famous. Uddalaka Arani, and he himself was a great teacher, and his son afterwards, Shvetaketu. Now at present we see here, he is not very much interested in education. Then his father is forcing him to study. And when after the study he was showing that he is very proud, he knows everything, then the father again asked some questions, he could not reply. By that way again, he thought, okay, I will learn from you. So this is the way things happen. Those who are following these classes, you know. Today we'll come to how things were divided, mixed up, and then created. So before that, as usual, to remind ourselves, it's called Shanti Mantra. So will you please repeat after me? It's a long though. Om Apyayantu Mamangani Vak Prana Chakshu Srotramatho Balam Indriyani Cha Sarvani Sarvam Brahmo Upanishadam Maham Brahma Nirakuryam Mama Brahma Nirakarod Anirakaranam Astu Anirakaranam Me Astu Tadatmani Nirateya Upanishatsu Dharmaste Mai Santu Te Mai Santu Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. And all the time, they always say 3 times Shanti. That is very important. It is a prayer, and we are praying to the divinity, because the first problem comes from the nature. So the nature should be favorable to me, so no problem should come from the nature. Wherever I am, nature should protect me. So that is the first Shanti. Second, the beings with whom I am living, the human being and others also, they should also be friendly with me. So the second Shanti. And third one is my physical and mental, I should be healthy, and that is the why this third Shanti. These 3 Shanti, and it is praying that my limbs, my speech, my vital force, my eyes, my ears, everything should be strong. So how it is praying? My body should be strong, my limbs should be strong. Why? Because with that, I can serve God. I can realize the Brahman. Swami Vivekananda, he introduced 1 hour exercise for every monk and brahmachari in Belur Math. and the dumbbell and barbell and all that, that was still there. The Swami Vivekananda, Swami Brahmananda, they used to use those things. So why? If the physically you are not strong, you won't be able to think properly. So that is why it says, Appayantu mamangani. May my limbs, then vak, prana, chakshu, shotra mata, speech, vital force, eyes, ears, all these indriyas must be strong. May I not deny Brahman. What is that? That truth that is there, we can say God. Of course, in the Vedanta, they don't say God, they say the truth. And that is the Brahman, the all-pervasive consciousness. For our understanding, we can say the God that I am trying to understand should be always blessing me, and I also, Brahman. May the Brahman deny me. Again, it is repeating. May neither Brahman nor me deny each other. This is very important. If the God doesn't will, we won't be able to think about God. If the God doesn't want, then we won't be able to think any philosophy. And in the mind, there will be everything else but philosophy, everything else but God. So many other thoughts will be there, but not the God, not the higher things. So God should be always gracious to me, and I also should not, for any reason. Sometimes something happened, we lose our faith in God. So I was praying to God, why this thing will happen to me? Like this, mostly it happens. No, whatever it comes, I know the God is there, so I will have the faith in that God. May all my virtues, may all the virtues mentioned in the Upanishad, what are the virtues? Satya, the truthfulness. And then, the virtue means I am not going to break my promises. That is the great virtue. Whatever the word that I have given, the promises that I have made, I must keep it. The one gentleman, he was telling, when the fundraising, he had all fundraising, then many people are there, they will pledge. And they will say, I will give you this amount, that will be announced and people will clap, but they don't give that. Only the name has been announced. Then to collect that, it will be so difficult. That he was telling, Maharaj, this is my experience. I am in the president of the Hindu temple, and we organize this fundraising. Oh my God, then sometimes those people become enemy to me because I'm going again and again and reminding them, but Bhai, you promised. What is there? I've promised once, next year I will promise again. No problem. So promise is no problem, but why should I have to keep the promise? So that is. But you know that this is the virtue. Once you have promised, you must keep the promise. So this, before promising, you must be very, very careful. Am I able to do it? Like we take the sannyasa vows. And what is the sannyasa vows? That I should not have anything of me and mine. That is the sannyasa. Oh, my family, my school, my society, my this, nothing. So we burn those. Now after that again, I go on doing those things. I am breaking my vows. Oh, I studied in this college, I am this, I am that, my father, my uncle, go on giving the relationship. That means you are breaking the vows, you are not a sannyasi. You may be a very good speaker, very good philosopher, very good person, but you are not a sannyasi because you have broken the vows. That is very important. So here it says, the Upanishad, whatever the qualities the Upanishad that asked and wanted, that all those qualities should be in me. So what actually religion? To transform us to God. It is not, Upanishad is not going to the animals or birds. Only human being. And among the human being, best people. Most of the people, for them, they will say, you go and pray to God, you go to the temple, and then keep the fasting, do this, do that. But Upanishad says, you are that. You can understand the standard. When you are taking the responsibility that I am that pure soul, I am the God, do you understand actually what you are going to do? You cannot do anything wrong. You cannot do anything wrong. And it happened in the life of a person. He was a very famous man in those days, Girish Chandra Ghosh. So then he said to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, see, I cannot meditate in the morning because I am a drunkard, I drink a lot in the night. When I get up, I don't know. And in the night time, I am so busy, I won't be able to take the name of God. Then the God gave the offer. Well, you give me the responsibility of your life and I will do all those practices on behalf of you. So he was very happy. I gave all the responsibilities. And then one day, he wanted to drink. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna was there in the glass. Hey, did you take my permission? You are drinking. You have given everything to me. No, you cannot drink. He couldn't drink. And then his son was sick. He wanted to cry. Bhagavan said, hey, did you take my permission? You cannot do anything because you have given all that to me. So that is another problem. When you give all the things to the God and God, please do it for me, you cannot do anything. Like the baby on the lap, you have to be like that. So these are the qualities. Now in Upanishad, they always go by explanation. Now the son and the father. The son came and told, what is this all? This water, the fire, the air, and so many things are there. Who created them and how it was created? He is giving, he said, Tasam tribittam ekaikam karavani. Of these, let me make each one triplicated. So this is the way, the mixture I am going to do. Last Sunday, we heard that tribit. Tribit means dividing three. So what are the things that we are dividing? Only three. The one is fire, water, and earth. In this Upanishad, they take only these three. Another Upanishad, they take the five. What are the five? Earth, Vayu and Akasha. So this is three is there and another two, Vayu and Akasha. The space and the air. Here it takes three, the fire, water and the earth. And the space, it is very difficult to imagine even. The air, you cannot imagine what is that. So these three. So he is beginning with these three. And he says, when half of the fire mixed with 1/4 of water and 1/4 of earth, it creates the fire, the actual sthula agni. That means the fire that we see. Then, when 1/4 of the fire, half of the water, and 1/4 of the earth, then it becomes water, the water that we drink. And then, again, the 1/4 of the fire, 1/4 of the water, but half of the earth, then it becomes earth. When the quantity that is 1/2 is there, that also mixing with the 1/4 and 1/4, it becomes the that particular thing, the fire, water, and earth. In earth, there is fire. In earth, there is water. In water, there is earth. And in water, there is also fire. So this is the way they say. And this way, in the subtle, from the subtle, it comes to the gross, and it was created tribit pakriya. Another Upanishad says, panchikarana pakriya, the five mixing in this way. The 1/8 and the half, 1/8, 1/8, 1/8, like that. The panchikarana, the five, and it is tribitkarana, 3. Through the creation, though the creation is the combination explained over here, but Jiva is inseparable from Brahman. Now, this is the point, because nuggets of gold, when you are going and having some place digging, suddenly you get nuggets of gold, some gold will be there. Not that everything is gold. Suddenly a lump will be there, that is the gold. Upanishad is just like that. They'll be talking about different things, how this thing was made, that was made. Then suddenly they will say, in reality, these are all temporary. Actual thing is the Atman. And what is that Atman? Your soul. And who are you? You are Brahman. The Jiva is Brahman. And that is the proof. The Father will give it to his Son. Jiva is Brahman. You are Brahman. Swami Vivekananda, you know that the call that he gave, you must serve the poor. And by that way, you are serving the living gods. Then he said, living Shiva. Jive prem kare jai jan, shai jan, shaviche ishwar. Those who are serving the poor, the downtrodden, the illiterate, the oppressed, serving the living gods. They are very bold words. No one could say like that. At the time of Shankaracharya, it was not necessary. People were not poor in that way. The Brahmins, they used to keep in that because they never wanted money. Whatever way we can survive, that much. They were not really poor. But modern time, poverty came because the foreign rulers came. They were torturing us. So Swami Vivekananda gave another way. You have to serve. And is it emotion? No. It's based on the Veda. Each and every Jiva is Shiva. Now what we do, even Kapila, the great Kapila, he said his mother, oh mother, see, look at these people. They're ignoring me outside the temple and going inside the temple and worshipping me. I am there outside the temple, but they ignore me. When we understand this, we understand true Hinduism. When you understand this, Hindus will be the best. As we think of, dream of, they will be best. Understanding the truth of the Upanishad. And what is that? Each and every soul is nothing but that Brahman. So when I see a poor, I have to first serve him, help him, so that he can stand on his own feet. Then if the time is there, I can go to the temple. God, he is there in the living being. Swami Vivekananda said, they are the moving tabernacles, the moving temples. And he said, they are the moving Taj Mahals. The Taj Mahal you like to go to see? What is there in that? Only the dry, dead stones. But the human being as the moving, the beauty. The person who was not knowing anything, slowly learn and then manifest his tremendous energy, his beauty. Is not that beautiful? So go and help that is Swami Vivekananda. And we are a little bit confused between, among monks, we think, what should you do? Shankaracharya or Vivekananda? Vivekananda says, forget about your own meditation. Forget about your own sadhana. Go and serve and die in this life. Even if you don't realize God, doesn't matter. Next life you should try. No, Shankara said, oh my God, this is the only time you do not know what will happen. Meditate. Now, in between, there is a constant debate goes on. In the Ramakrishna mission particularly, we are the followers of Shankara. But we are following Vivekananda. Vivekananda is the lover of Shankaracharya, but he is presenting the thing in a very, very modern way. And that is called practical Vedanta. Vedanta in a practical way. When Shankara says each soul is divine, and Vivekananda says that divinity have self-confidence. That you are divine, you are that. And how you are, that confidence. The self-confidence is the practice of Vedanta. Not ego, confidence. That is the difference, not ego, but the confidence. Here it says, see, if you know one, the Brahman, we know all the jivas, individual selves. Though the creation through combination, but in reality, Jiva is inseparable from Brahman. Now, what is Brahman? That is difficult to explain. We cannot say this is Brahman, this is Brahman, this is Brahman. Very difficult. The one student went to the teacher, again, the son and the father. He said, you say that is a cow, that is a horse, that is a tree. Why can't you say that is Brahman? Teach me in that way. Why you are constantly telling, oh, this is Brahman, Brahman is all-pervading, Brahman you cannot cut, Brahman you cannot burn. Why in that way? Tell, this is Brahman. You know what the father said to his son? He said, you are Brahman. And he said, I am Brahman? Yes, you are Brahman. Go and analyze what you are. Are you this body? No. Are you this mind? No. Then who are you? Of course, I am the consciousness, and that consciousness is Brahman. But we are not conscious about our consciousness. That is the problem. We are conscious about everything, but not about the consciousness. There's a joke is there. One gentleman, he was admitted in a hospital, and they said, everything is free. Only 3 or 4 oxygen cylinders we used for your operation. You have to pay for that, and each cylinder is $500. So, $2,000 you have to pay. He said, only that much oxygen, little oxygen, $2,000. And think of whole life I am taking the oxygen. Oh, how much I have to pay to God for that? But we don't care about that. We don't know about that. We are burning here and there and destroying the oxygen. We do not know, we don't care. But it is there. God is there within us. And to search for that God, we spend huge money to create a temple. And after creation of the temple, then we like to place a plaque over there in the name of my father. Then there is a fight. Why your father's name? My father is also there. Why not his name? Now, they spent the money and then constructed the temple, and that they forgot about the God. Now goes on fighting on little thing. Ego comes, he stopped visiting that temple, ultimately. I have seen this. But what is all that? Ignorance. Why? Because we don't know what is Jiva. Jiva is inseparable from Brahman. Swami Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna was going to visit Kashi with that landlord was there, Mathur Babu. So they were, in those days they used to go with so many people. The cooks will be there, guards will be there and all that. So slowly they were going, they stopped in Bihar. Now it is, I think, Bihar or Jharkhand and Devghar. They stopped over there. Devghar is Bihar or Jharkhand? Huh?
These days,
Jharkhand, okay. Now, this, he stopped over there. Next morning, he saw so many poor people. They are starving in night. They couldn't eat anything. They don't have a place to lie. Then Sri Ramakrishna started crying and said to Mathur. Mathur was a rich man. Mathur, feed them and give them all, everything, so that they can go and bathe and come, and give them new clothing and start, purchase some food, give them food. Mathur said, there are so many. If I do that, all my money will be here only. How can we go to the Kashi? You know that what Sri Ramakrishna said? He said, I don't like to go to your Kashi and see the Vishwanath. I like to feed these people. If you don't, then I am going to sit with them. I won't go back. So long before our Gandhiji, Sri Ramakrishna, he practiced that. He went and sat with those old people, then poor people, and he said, no, I am not also going to eat or anything. Then the Mathur Babu, oh, no, it's okay. Mathu purchased food. And that is the living Shiva. He said, you are worshipping the living Shivas. This is a new teaching, friends. This is a new teaching. We have to understand this. And if we practice this, the same religion, Hindu religion, traditional Hinduism, but in a very practical way, it is necessary now. At the time of Ramachandra, it was not necessary. At the time of Krishna, it was not necessary. At the time of Shankara, it was not necessary. But now it is necessary. That's why the Hinduism has produced another great avatar in Sri Ramakrishna, and his disciple Swami Vivekananda and Ma Saradamani Devi, demonstrating, practicing and demonstrating in their life where we should go and worship. Temple, of course. But before that, whoever there outside. You know this, the Maratha people, they worship the Ganesha. Sorry. It is not only Maratha, all Hindus, they worship Ganesha. The Ganesha, he is the god you must worship first, then other gods. First thing, Ganesha. And then is the story. Mother Durga made Ganesha, and then asked him to guard the door, and he was guarding, and then Shiva came. Honestly, Shiva, why he will kill that young boy? Then Shiva has a lot of patience. Who is this boy challenging me? So anyway, why Shiva will be angry? Shiva cut his head. Then the mother wanted to destroy the whole creation. They found a poor elephant and placed over there. And we are so proud. The great development of the medical science. Why unnecessarily? Why will place the Ganesha? Gana is all. Isha is God. Break the name and understand the meaning. Gana, Isha. Gana means everyone. Isha means God, and that is mass, huge, heavy. And that is the reason they depicted that elephant head. Human, all human. You have to go and worship them first. When they are satisfied, then go to the temple and Shiva, Ganesha. If we understand that, do you think there will be anyone poor, illiterate? No. When there is no poor, no illiterate, think of the situation. Who will want to go to heaven? This place will be the heaven. Everyone is happy, everyone is educated, everyone is healthy. Isn't it that? So that is what the modern Vedanta teaches us. He says, if we know one, that is Brahman, we know all Jivas, the individual self. If all are same Brahman, then why one suffering is not felt by the another? There's a question. It says that every one is nothing but that Brahman. Now naturally the question will come. If we are all the same, then how come that one suffering is not affected or understood by the other? How it is possible? The answer is pratibimbavat. At this point, if we understand, that supreme self, which is Brahman, is within us. And in the Upanishad it says, tad srishtva, tad means this universe, srishtva, after creation, tadeva anupravishat, entered into that. How is entered? Pratibimbavat. Pratibimba means reflection. Now, if you go and stand before a mirror, you are in the mirror. So obviously, when you are in the mirror, we can say it is he. Seeing that in the reflection in the mirror, it is he, it is she. But you are not there. So that is the way. The sun is reflecting on the millions and millions of the waves everywhere. All are sun. And that is also glittering. That's also giving the light. But in reality, it is the reflection. And that is the reason when one breaks, nothing happens. So that is pratibimbavat. Because the Jiva is the reflection of the Sat, Sat, the ultimate reality of the Brahman. Then the Rishi Aruni, through the help of the Trivit, tried to explain how from one things became many. O son, food offer, eating, divided into three parts. Annam, ashitam, tredha vidhiyate. Annam, the food. Ashitam, after eating, it takes three different forms. Tredha vidhiyate. How? The grossest ingredient turns into feces of the food. The medium ingredient turns into the flesh. And the subtlest ingredient of the food becomes mind. Son told, I don't understand this. How the food will become mind? Then he said, okay, no problem. They say, Uddalaka Aruni Shetiketum Putram Ubacha. I am just reading the Sanskrit. Well, sometimes you feel joy after hearing that. It's so easy when you read. Of course, I can't converse in Sanskrit. There is a gentleman who can. Do you? They can speak in Sanskrit. And he offers without any charges. If you like to speak in Sanskrit, he is offering that maybe from January or February or March, we can start that. So the Sanskrit learning. Now, Rishi Aruni tried with many different examples, but his son Shetuketu could not understand. Then what will happen? Shodasha Kala Shaumya Purushaha. Now he is experimenting with the sun. The sun, see a human is having the 16 part. Of one you keep and 15 you stop. How? Panchadasha ahani ma ashi. Do not eat for 15 days. Ahani means a day. 15 days, do not eat. Do not, panchadasha ahani ma means no, ashi. Don't eat for 15 days. I cannot think 15 days without food. But that boy said, okay, for experiment. So he didn't eat anything. But his father said, kamam apapiva. As much as water you like, you can drink. Why? The apomaya prana pibata prana na vichedatasya iti. Those who are drinking water, they won't die. Because the apa, the prana, that will help them to survive. You drink a lot of water and 15 days without food. Then come and ask the question. He was going on asking question. He said, practice this. He practiced that. After 15 days, he came. The subtlest ingredient of the food turned as energy to the mind. As a person is associated with that. Then after the 15 days, he came and he said to his son, Sahobacha. The father is asking the son, now tell me, what is your question? What do you want to know? I don't know. What shall I do? Recite from the Veda. Which Veda? I cannot remember anything. Then he said, Father, I'm sorry. I can't remember anything now. After 15 days without food, he came and he said, I can't say anything. Then he is telling, Saho Vacha, Navai ma pratibhanti bho iti. Honorable sir, they that question and the Rig Veda, nothing is flashing in me. I cannot do anything. What to do? Then his father said, son, did you notice it? Without food, you can't think. Your prana is there somehow surviving, but you cannot do anything. What is that energy, that food? Now go and eat for another 15 days. Become normal and come back. After the 15 days he came back and he said, now what about? Oh yes, I have remembered. I wanted to know, okay. Now answer is this. Annam brahmeti vyajanat. Anna, the food, is the Brahman. Food is the Brahman means, now we know the food is the energy for the body. That is why the Hindus, they never waste food. They never waste food. The first, whatever they can, they will eat. And if that is, the surplus is there, they used to give it, in those days in the villages, to the cows. Even those things which are there, cannot given to the cows, they will throw it in the pond so that the fishes can eat. And at least they will keep it somewhere, the ants and the beings like that can come and eat. They will never waste the food. Annam brahmeti vyajanat. The other day, in our home of harmony, they gave me a full plate, as because I am the president, so big plate and so many things. And the problem is, if they take the photo, then people will say, oh my God, Swamiji is eating so much. But actually, so I am careful, don't take the photo. I am not. No, this they gave because they love and they. Then I took a separate plate and took from there one pieces, and I told one person, American boy, can you please take it back? Do you know what he did? I thought he will take it back and he will either give it or keep it somewhere. He simply threw it in the whole thing, including the plate, threw it. Anything that has come out for you or you have touched, nothing can be taken by others. But the Indians cannot think about it. We do not. We always think, oh no, we can save it, why not? Someone else can take. I'm not touching it in that way. And of course, I'm eating half and then putting, no, not like that. You have taken out whatever you can eat and then balance, you can keep it back. Next day you can. Simply true. Why? So much is there, less people, a lot of wealth. So this is the problem. But in India, though we were having the wealth, and the India, that is, I am talking about this Vedic period, there was not this much crowd, the population. They were all well-off people. But still they were careful. Annam brahmeti vyajanat. Food is that Brahman. Be careful. As much you like, take. And then waste it. Because there are so many people, they go hungry. Save this food for them. So this is the way the teaching. The food, water, fire, all are the source of energy. All are the source of energy. And to teach his son that Jiva is Brahman, Rishi Aruni now said, do you know that when a person goes into deep sleep, that person goes into the existence? Now, another step. About the gross thing, that what is Brahman? Energy is Brahman. What is Brahman? Your thoughts, that is generating from your energy. So source is the Brahman, that you must respect in that way. And now it comes to the higher and more subtler. And what is that? When a person goes into deep sleep, every day, will you believe? Every day we are becoming Brahman. But unfortunately, when we get up, we go back to the same old person. Why? Because we are not aware of it. These are three stages are there. One is the body, another is the mind, and beyond that. In the sleep, what happened? First, we forget our body. Then second, we go into the dream world. And then we forget the dream also. We entered into the deep sleep condition. In the dream, mind is awake. But in the deep sleep condition, mind is also not there. Then where that person will be? That is the question. Now we say I. When we say I, this body only we indicate. This is I. And along with the body, mind. And along with the body, mind, my association. This is all I. Okay. Now the body you are forgetting when you are sleeping. Now you entered into the mind. Okay. And in the mind, how it is proved that you see the dream? Now whatever we dream, that was there inside the mind. All impressions are there. Most of the time, there is a book, How to Explain the Dreams, and that is all there. But most of the time, it is all mostly imaginations and mostly the impressions inside. That is the dream, it comes. The mostly children, they will be dreaming about the things that they read or the movies that they see. And the others, the grown-up people, they will see in the dream that either their bank balance is growing up or breaking down. Because why they see like that? The children don't see the bank balance. In their dream, the children always see that the Chota Ganesha in India they see, the small little that Ganesha is fighting with, they will dream in that way. That means whatever we think, we see, we record, we see that in the dream. That is very true. But the grown-up person will never see those things. The Spider-Man's, the sleep, a grown-up person will never see. And what he sees, his office, his company, and his this, his that, so many problems. And I don't know politicians what they see. There's so many problems. Right from the moment they're keeping their head on the pillow, boss, they will be seeing the Russia, China, these so many things. And they will get a fire. Other people will have to come and, oh, no, don't worry, you are sleeping only. So, and now, this is the sleep. And after that, a time come to each and every one, we forget those dreams. And that is the blissful moment. That is the blissful moment. Though short, but because of that, we get the rest. Body and mind gets the complete rest. And that is called Shushupti. Now the question is, I, which is this body, I, which is this mind, that I, where it goes? When the body is not there, mind is not there, where the I goes? This is the proof. The Vedanta says the I goes to the original. And suppose, they say, they give the example here, in the Chandogya they say, they bring a mirror before you and you are reflected inside the mirror. And in the mirror you are smiling, you are frowning, and whatever the gesture you are showing, that is also repeated over there. Now they take the mirror out from in front of you. There is no mirror now. Where those you will be? You who was there inside the mirror, where you will go? What would be the answer? Original. The reflection was there. When the reflection is not there, I am whatever I was. So it will go to the original. In the dream, when we are not dreaming, in the sleep, when we are not dreaming, where I goes to the original I, which is Brahman, which is the self. But the problem is, this I is attached with mind. And in the mind, we have stored so much so, it comes back again. So many desires are there. So it becomes so heavy that I likes to go to the original I, but it comes back because I have so many plannings. All are there. And I have to get up in the morning, then I have to do this, I have to do that. All are already there. So that I becomes heavy and it comes down and again entered into this body, and then that goes on and on. What the yogis they do, they only take up that burden and throw it from the mind. Look at it, same thing. They are only taking out the burden of I have to do this, I have to do that, and all these desires, Ichcha. There is no Ichcha, there is no desire, there is no wishes. And when they pack those things and throw, what remains? Only that pure soul. And in the meditation, first they forget their body, just like the sleep. We only lie down, they only sit, that much. They sit and do the same thing as we do on the bed. In the training center, in our training time, the teachers will be there, the acharyas. They say, what you are doing? The Maharaj, meditating. Meditating, I can see that you are lying down. That is the posture only. But meditation is going on. The posture is just lying down. But when you are sitting, they say meditating. When you are lying, it is just sleeping. But by sitting also, many people can sleep. Very nicely they can sleep. And naturally, it is not the posture, it is the condition of the mind. Okay, now I am sitting, and what is the condition of the mind? I am thinking. What I am thinking? Different things I am thinking. Oh, this should be done, that should be done, this, that. That means in the dream, as we see in the dream, in the meditation, if I ask, raise your hand, in meditation, what are the thoughts crosses your mind? Everyone will raise the hand, and so many varieties of thoughts are going on. And that is the common question we always receive. The Swamiji, the moment I sit for meditation, so many thoughts comes in my mind. Why? I told that is the answer. I am also searching. You are asking me, I am also searching why so many thoughts are coming at the time of meditation. All the accounts, all the calculations, why at that time? But when you are drinking tea and other, that will not come. The moment you are quietening your mind, that will come. Why? They are the Shatru, the enemy of the mind. So that is why one should be careful who are actually trying to disturb these desires, these plannings. So we have to take out all those. We are sitting, forgetting our body. The Guru will teach you, take the breath, and then you see that you are becoming light. You are no more the flesh and bone. You are the light. The whole body is nothing but the light. And second, you imagine that you are worshipping God. You are bringing food, lighting the lamp, burning the incense sticks, putting the garland. You are imagining deeper and deeper. You are forgetting where you are sitting, where you are. Your mind is transported with the God. And you are in the company of God. You are worshipping God. And so many people, they are singing bhajan. Somebody is blowing the conch. So from somewhere the music is coming, so beautiful, as if you are in the heaven. But you are imagining, like the dream. Then finally the Guru will say, march with that. Your Ishta Devata and you are one. And slowly, slowly, you go and merge into the Ishta Devata, and you see only the light. And if this little light goes expanding, expanding, expanding all over the universe, you do not see anything too, only that light, waves of light. And that light covers the whole universe. There is no two sense, only one. And then you go into a condition that is also not there. And when you come back from there, you are Buddha. Before that, you were Gautama. But after that, you become Buddha. That is the knowledge. And yes, when you come back from that condition, all knowledge will be there in you. All power will be there in you. You can pulverize the whole world. You can change the whole thing. Sometimes Swami Vivekananda said, sometimes the tremendous power upsurged within me. I could change the mind of the thousands of people as the potter is giving the shape in that, on that earth. I can do that. But I restrain myself. I won't do, because as the nature goes, they should go according to their karma and karma phala. And why we worship these realized souls? Because they are also the same powerful as God, as the Brahman. After realizing the Brahman, you become Brahman. Brahmavid, Brahmaiva bhavati. So they also become like that. So this is the difference. When we sleep, We also go to that, but we are unaware. So we keep our burden with that, so it comes back. When you awake, immediately the same self. But in meditation, knowingly, we give away, naiti, neti, neti. Then we go to that ultimate and we become one. Very few come back. Very few. Why? Because there's tremendous love for the human beings. Oh, no, they are all suffering. I should come back and I should go to them and teach them. So this is very few. Most of the people, they were from the villages, they come to the higher places in the Europe and America, become very successful. Very few go back to the village. Very, very few. Why? Oh, that is over now. But there are people, maybe one or two. They will go back to the same place. They will talk to those people. They will say, now I can help you. I can make a beautiful library, laboratory. I have seen the very advanced laboratory. In our school, the laboratory is nothing. Sir, I can help you. So they developed the laboratory, they are avatars. And after the realization of the Brahman, when they come back and work for the people, just for the love of the soul, they are avatars. Like Swami Vivekananda and Ma Sharadamani Devi, all of them. So not that they were living over here, they were having a desire like us, nothing, only love. Love for the being and to help them so that they also realize the truth. Otherwise, again you take a birth somewhere in some different form, some different name, and so many challenges will be once again. You do not know how to survive, and goes on and on and on, and then finally again you get the human birth, finally again you get some good advices from Guru, and then finally you realize. So this is the way the human birth life goes on. Those who understand, they will know no more. They will cover like this. There's a beautiful story in Shankara's life. The one boy was not talking. He grew up, 15, 16 years. Then their parents were very much worried that the son is not talking. So they found that the great soul, Shankaracharya, passing by the side of the village. They ran to the Shankara and told, our son, he has grown up to 15, 16 years and not talking. You are a great yogi. Can you please bless him so that he can talk? Shankara looked to that boy and immediately realized, because they are all Brahmagyani, that he was a great soul in the previous life. As because he used to talk, then he got some problem, naturally, and by that way, again he has to take human birth. This time he was very careful, not talking with anyone. So that constantly meditating on the self. And the Shankara, when he looked at the boy and asked, Kastam Shisho, who are you, boy? The reply was, Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. The Shankara told, follow me. You need not to live there with your parents. Now, this is the way the past life. We got some, of course we did some good work. That's why we have got this human birth. And a good families, a good background. And not only that, you are taking interest in the subtle philosophy, that is Vedanta. But even after that, if we are not understanding that we are the soul, again, of course, the higher birth will be there, but why again? Iha chet abedit atasatyamasti, nachet iha abedit mahati vinasti. Bhuteshu bhuteshu vichitra dhiraha pratyasman lokan amrita bhavanti. Here and now, ihachet abedit atha satyamasti. What should we do? Lord, God, whatever you have given me, I am satisfied. No more. No more. That's all. Again and again, I am satisfied. I don't need anything. Only one thing I need, to be with you. My son, my daughter, my grandson, my granddaughter, my family, let them be happy. I always pray for them and bless them. But for my soul, I am with you, my Lord. Please don't give me another birth. That's all. I don't want anything. I don't want anything. I don't want anything. When I am going on telling that I don't want anything, this name, the fame, this thing and that, I don't want anything. And I am not happy, I am not unhappy with anything. Only thing when I see the Lord, the God, I am happy. So the moment we can do that, immediately at the time of death, mukti, avadharita, because in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna promised that. Promised that. At the time of death, whatever you will think, you will become that. At the time of death, keep your God, that photo of that. Only look at that, not the children and this, that. Only to that. And ask them, go, it's okay. I have lived long with you. Now I'll have to live with them. This is my next journey with God. Look at the God. And at the exact moment, it's a Hindu faith, Hindu belief. And all our scripture is telling that. Whatever you think, the last moment of your life, that you become. For sure. Just last moment. Whatever we have done previously doesn't matter. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna giving the example. An elephant, it goes on taking the dust, and elephants are very happy if you put the dust on their body. I don't know why, but they themselves will take the dust and throw on their body, they are happy. Now the owner thinks, why this? What he will do, at the end of the day when everything is over, it will force it to the river and give a nice birth and bring it back, tie it so that it cannot move. Whole night it is clean. So similarly, whatever we have done in the past and in this life, it doesn't matter. I am sorry, I was not knowing. Now this moment I know. Give me the liberation. And that very moment, when that death comes, you are liberated. What will happen about the karma? It doesn't matter. Because God is the giver of your karma phala. And He can give and He can remove it also. Kapala mochana, karma phala data, these are the words that we use. That is the supreme power. This moment, Lord, I haven't realized, I have understood. And I know only you and no one else. If we practice that, that will take us. Then it says that after the deep sleep, one becomes a Brahmagyani. Is it? Answer is no. The self is indeed Brahman, as well as identified with the intellect. So that is the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad I am quoting. In the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad it says, of course, the self, but that has been identified wrongly. Just think in that way. Now, you are identified with your family. I am identified with Ramakrishna Mission. How? Just we think in that way. I am thinking that I am Ramakrishna Mission monk. I am thinking. So if I am identified. Anything good to Ramakrishna Mission, I am happy. Anything wrong to Ramakrishna Mission, I am unhappy. All these things because of my association. It's just like that. The life is, I am free, but I associate myself with something, and that's why I come back. Why then it is said that the self remains in the body? His son is asking question. Answer, it surely does, but as a reflection. As a reflection it does. The self remains in the body, yes, of course, but how? As a reflection. We have discussed that reflection, and this is the way ultimately we have to realize God here and now and in this life. And that is what the Upanishad tells us. You have to realize Brahman in this life. Thank you, friends. It seems to be very difficult, but at the same time it is easy. Why? Because it depends on me. I need not to go to anyone to help me. Neither the scripture, nor the guru, nor the relatives, no one. From today, I am not going to do. That is my resolution. That's all. And coming Saturday, we are going to give a talk. I am going to give a talk on the 7 stages of jnana. As there is a 7 stages of dhyana, the Muladhara, Sadhisthana, etc., etc. Jnana also, they have the 7 steps. And the very first step is, I am taking the oath that I will realize Brahman. That's all. The first is that. So we will discuss like that, and we have to understand and take the resolution. Enough is enough. Now this life, I am going to be free. Thank you very much. Let us say Shanti 3 times. You have questions?
Ram is asking, you said God is the giver of karma phala, but whatever karma we have brought upon ourselves. Please clarify.
God is the giver of karma phala, and whatever karma that we have done,
we have brought upon ourselves. Please clarify.
Now, of course, but there is someone who gives the result. That action we have taken, good or bad, but there is someone who is giving the result of that action, good or bad. So that is why they say God is the karma phala data. God is not the karma phala data. Data means the giver. He is the giver of the result of karma. Now suppose he is very happy and he can remove everything. Even after killing someone, sometimes some people, they will appeal to the president of that country. And in India, as far as I know, even those who have done heinous work like that, sometimes they will appeal to the president. By mistake, when I was in a fit of my anger, I did that, I never wanted. But anyway, please don't kill me. Give me some time so that I can repent, I can purify myself. So instead of hanging, there may be life sentences will be there. So God, even the president of a country can do, and God also can do. So God is the karma phala data. He can remove. Okay, no problem. You can. Whatever the bad work you have done, I am just forgiving. Now do the good work. That will be. And what is else? Okay. Yes.
So, the consciousness or Atman is beyond mind and body.
Yes.
So, what is the best way to realize that Brahman, as your Atman itself?
Consciousness.
How do you realize the consciousness?
Consciousness. So, actually, consciousness is beyond this body and mind. But it is there as a reflection. So yesterday when I was going from here to the Hindu temple, by the side of our car, there is another car, the huge one, heavy, and then I liked that car. Then I turned and found, no, it is a dead body carry car. Though looking good, they carries the dead body. Then oh my God, that's a dead body. But this is also a body, and that is also a body. Is only lying down all alone nicely, and I am sitting. This is the difference. This is also a body, that is also a body. I am also traveling in a car, he is also traveling in a car. But what is the difference? That is Atman. He is also having the body, all the eyes, nose, everything. Only one thing is absent in him. So, he is lying down and that soul is not there. Prana is not there. I am having that. So as long as I am having this body has value. The moment that is not there, the body has no value. And that is called the self. This is the way we understand the self is most important thing in our. Whether I am a speaker or a very good-looking person or very rich person, it doesn't matter. If I am not having the self within this me, this body will be burned or buried. No one will keep it. And who is important then? Not the body, not the wealth, not the mind even, but that self. So this is the way we understand the self. Very good question.
Swamiji, what grasps that you are conscious? It's not mind, right? What grasps it?
And the mind is the reflection. Mind is the reflection. Mind actually, it's not mind, it is buddhi. You know that in Indian way they divide into four. They say mana, buddhi, chitta, ahamkara. Now, in English it is only mind. But we say four different parts. What is mana? The same when it cannot take the decision. Shall I do this? Shall I do that? That way it goes. And in Sanskrit they say sankalpa, vikalpa, atmika, buddhi, manaha. And it's what is buddhi? Nishchayatmika. It decides, no, I am going to do this. The moment it can take. So buddhi is the finest part of our personality. And they say on that buddhi, reflection of the Supreme Self is coming. That's why it is so wonderful. Now I give the example in this way. Suppose the sunlight is falling on the earth, falling on the wall of the building, falling on the glasses of the building. Glass is reflecting so much, but not the earth and not the wall. But suppose this glass become a mirror, then the reflection will be thousandfold more. And that with the help of the mirror, that reflection, we can do so many things. We can light the dark place. We can even, as children we used to play, with a broken piece of the mirror. If you put the reflection of the sun on a piece of a paper, suddenly it will catch fire. So that was a play. But that means the sun's power is also used by the reflection. The reflection can make the thing warm, make the thing lighted, and make the thing fire, put into fire. That everything is possible with the reflection. Similarly, a person, suppose reflection is coming on him, but he is like the earth. He is like a very ordinary person. If the reflection on the wall, a little better person. If it is on the glass, much better person, a good person. But suppose it is the mirror, he becomes Buddha, he becomes Chaitanya, he becomes Jesus, he becomes Ramakrishna because of that. Same thing. So reflection only that counts. Thank you. Okay, then let's say Shanti 3 times. Okay. Om Shanti. 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 Harihi Om. Tat Sat. The one point here we can, I think we should be clarified in this way. When we say that it is a glass, it is a better reflection, and a mirror, a much better reflection. But how we can become clean like the glass, that is the thing. As a human mind, it is like full with dirt. What is the dirt? Desire. And when the desires are moved, slowly, that becomes clarified. When the young person, he has so many desires. I like to go to foreign land, I like to become this, I like to this. But his grandfather, who has all passed in that way, now his mind is now satisfied. Now all this I have done. Still I am not fully satisfied. So these are not the things that can give me the satisfaction. So give up the desire. The moment he does that, he becomes glass. And when one like the Shankara, like the Bhagavan Ramakrishna, they become the reflection, means they are God. And what is God? Love and unselfishness. They are completely unselfish. And they are full of love, love for the suffering being. That reflection of the consciousness is complete.
Do they identify with the reflection or the original self?
Original, of course. There is no difference. After the Brahmagyan, what happened? Human body will be there. And in the human body, reflection will also be there. But at the same time, in their consciousness, they are completely identified with that. Okay, friends, and I like to many of you are not concerned, but some, today I was supposed to go to Bengali Association to give the class, and by that way we send out our flyer, but the Bengali Association, that particular room is not ready. They had the Kali Puja, and so they could not make that ready. So I am not going over there at 5 o'clock. Rather, I will record it over here in my office. So if you like to come here, or online, you can hear. Thank you.